Alright, so I'm coming to you guys with a video today, pretty much of a story time type of video. I feel like I do a lot of talk through videos, but this one, you guys might actually like this one. So if you guys want to hear about this crazy story about the time I was dating an engaged man, stay tuned. Okay, so let's rewind back to 2014. Let's talk about the summer of 2014. I came across this app called the Badoo app. If you guys don't know about Badoo, it's kind of like Tinder, but it's not Tinder. Like, you guys swipe left, right, you get matches, stuff like that, just like Tinder. So I was using this app. I came across some guys or whatever, but I was only using it to deal with my heartbreak and heartache and all the other aching that I was doing. I just used it to occupy my time, really. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. That wasn't my plan anyway. So probably around the summertime, the first guy that I was like really into for some reason, he was Italian, he was really cute, but you know, he just wasn't for me. He was a little too persistent in the sexual area. He was pushing it and I wasn't with it. I just wanted somebody to occupy my time, have fun with, not sexually, just have fun. Just communicate with me, bruh. Just communicate. But he wasn't about that life. But he was fine. Fine. Okay? Fine. Whew, it's hot. Y'all, it is like 90 degrees outside. And I got these lights on. And my mom don't got the air on. Lord child, my knees is sweating. Oh, my thighs. That's what I meant. Thighs, not my knees. My thighs. Okay. Back to the video. Then as time went on, you know, I just kept talking to people just to, you know, occupy my time. I talked to them all day long. Around November 2014, I actually had a miscarriage. And I wasn't like too upset. I was more shocked because I didn't know that I was even pregnant. And when I found out that I was miscarrying, I was already like 4.5 months, and it was crazy because I didn't even know I was pregnant. I still had all, you know, I had my cycles, all of that, so I didn't know. My mom didn't know either, guys. You know, some of my family members still don't even know, so anyways. Disclaimer before anyone says anything, no, I didn't have sexual activities with anybody on Badoo, okay? The miscarriage happens with who my child's father is, okay, guys? So cancel that out. So I was dealing with that because I actually kept it a secret from Zoe's father that, you know, I miscarried. I didn't tell him. So, you know, there was a little tension between me and him or whatever. But I still had Badoo. I had people to communicate with. Again, I was single. I could do what I want. And what? The day after Christmas, this guy dings me. He becomes like a match and all of that good stuff. And Lord, he was fine. He was so fine, and I wanted him to be mine. Y'all, like when I seen him, I was like, oh, relationship, I want that. So, it was, I don't know how or why I felt the ways that I did, even just by looking at his pictures. It was crazy. But we instantly clicked. We clicked instantly. It was crazy. And then I'm just going through his pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, the guy that he was in the picture with was his best friend. And I'm like, yo, I know him. Where do you know him from? He was like, that's my roommate. And I'm like, that's my coworker. Like, we used to work together. Like, oh my gosh. So it just made me I don't know, I felt like I trusted this guy so much more because I'm like, oh my God, he knows the guy that I used to work with. So it's not crazy or anything like that. I know he's not a creep. That's what I thought. It was, he was like, I live on blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, that's literally right around the corner from my house. Literally, guys, I could walk to this guy's house if I wanted to. That's how close he lived to me. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is a sign. Oh my gosh. So eventually we started like planning things, putting a date together. And I was like, I don't want our date to be like an actual date, if that makes sense. I wanted it to be like a group date. So I had my cousin best friend, my other cousin, and one of my homegirls. And then he brought his roommate, who was also my former co-worker. And we all went out just to have fun. We all went out to dinner. And at this time, like, I still had in my mind that I have to pay for things and stuff like that. So I pulled out my card thinking I had to pay for myself. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, about to pay. He like, I got it. I'm like, okay, excuse me. So we're all just having a good time at the table. You know, he brought his own bottle of liquor. And he's like, you want some? I'm like, no, I don't want none. All the way up to the time of this date, like I was telling him, I never had a Long Island iced tea, just certain drinks and stuff like that. So after dinner, we went to this bar that's here in Maryland called the Golden Dragon, and we went there, all of us as a group. And I feel like that night was like one of the best nights of my life. Like, we had so much fun, y'all, so much fun. And he went straight to the bar. I'm like, why is he sitting at the bar and we're sitting over here? So he comes back with a Long Island iced tea for me. I was so done. Like, after they had to take the drinks away from me, they were like, you're done, Sha'Kida, no more. You don't need any more alcohol. So we just had so much fun. And after that night, me and him just talked more and more. And you know, he started asking me for a relationship, and I'm just like, no, I don't think I'm ready. You know, maybe we need to wait a little bit. In my mind, I was still worried about Zoe's father at the time, so I just was like, let's just wait it out a little bit. Even though I said I wanted a relationship with this guy, I just didn't think it would happen within a month's time. Which is crazy because my boyfriend now, we only known each other for 2 weeks before we started dating, and it's crazy. And we're almost going on a year, so things change. So we just started spending a lot of time together. I would stay with him when he got off from work. That's pretty much how things happen. Like, we always went out. Then it got to the point where weekends, I didn't hear from him at all. I heard from him all day during the week, but on weekends, I never heard from him. And it started to irritate me and make me mad because I'm like, why is it that I never hear from you on weekends? It's like you go missing. You disappear every weekend. Saturday, Sunday, I don't hear from you. And it really got to the point it became very frustrating, but I was so into him that I let it roll over. And then it got to the point where Zoe's dad found out that I was messing with a guy, and then I was really torn between the two. But then eventually I started to want a relationship out of this guy because Valentine's Day came and he came out to the job, gave me some things for Valentine's Day. He also would come to my job on my 15-minute breaks. And I thought that was like the absolute cutest thing that you could ever do. Like, just, that's what you do? You want to spend just 15 minutes with me and you live 30 minutes away? That's amazing. And then sometimes he would come on my 30-minute breaks as well. So I really started to feel like he was really into me. And then I started asking for a relationship. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. And he's like, no, I don't think I'm ready. Maybe we should just be friends for right now. And I'm just like, what? What? So I started, you know, being around Zoe's dad, and that's how Zoe came about. And then I had to tell him that I was pregnant, and it had got to the point he's like, this can't happen. And I'm just like, what do you mean? And he's like, you need to get an abortion. And it got to the point, like, I'm like missing a little bit of pieces. Like, it got to the point where it was very physical, because I started to like drift away. Like, I'm just like, I think I want to work things out with my ex and everything like that. He's like, no, you can't do that. He doesn't want you, blah, blah, blah. And then it got a little hands-on physical. And so when I told him that I was pregnant, it got a little bit more physical because I didn't abort. So I don't know if it was, I mean, I think he was trying to kill my child and hurt me at the same time. Like, I think that's what he was trying to do. But of course, Zoe's still standing strong, running around like a crazy person. Like, if we go back a little bit, he was a certain type of way when I always said, well, I want to try things out with my ex, since, you know, you don't have time for me on weekends. That's when it became hostile and a little crazy, to be exact. And it was always when his roommate wasn't there. So it's just like, do you tell your roommate what you do? Whatever. So he just was like, you need to abort. This is not going to help you. If you think that having this baby is going to get him to like you or to love you, it's not going to work. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, if you guys have looked back at my previous videos, I never mentioned this guy because I didn't know how to address it, really. How it was, like, how everything just fell into place. Like, I didn't know how to address that on YouTube, because I didn't want people to get the perception of pretty much what Zoe's dad percepted. So he wanted me to abort. Zoe's dad wanted me to abort. So being with my health issues, I couldn't abort anyway. So it was just like more stress and pressure added on to me. And as time went on, I didn't want to see him. I wanted nothing to do with him because I felt like every time I was around him, it was always a hostile thing, a physical thing. And I didn't need that. I didn't want to deal with it, but he became very aggressive with me, and I didn't understand why he was so aggressive with me. And I wasn't showing that much, and I wasn't really talking to him either. But one day I was at the store with my mother, and my mother was actually driving this day, and I was like, Mom, that looks like... So she got out the car, walked across the parking lot, and he decided to move his car to the front of the store once he saw my mom walk across the parking lot. So I said, oh no, the fuck you're not. So I got out my car and I walked across the parking lot right in front of his car. Now it's a girl coming out as well. She gets into the car and I walk down slower, and I'm now on the side of the car. This is the driver's side. He does one of those moves. Hide. What is you hiding for, sir? What is you hiding for? So I text him, being the person that I am. I wasn't showing that much at the time. So I said, oh, your little girlfriend, she's very pretty. Which she was. She was very pretty. She looked like biracial or something like that. Nice, pretty, curly hair. He said, oh, you think so? Well, she's into girls. Would you like to join us? Excusez-moi? What? Okay. Also, when I told him that I was pregnant, he hit on me that he just found out that he has a son in Virginia. Okay, what? So I'm pregnant, you find out you have a son. Sir, I feel like I'm in a goddamn movie. So that text message, it really bugs me. It really bothered me. I'm like, he cannot be serious right now. And he's like, she's bi. She really likes girls. I showed her you. She thinks you're very pretty. She wants you to join us. No, not happening. I'll pass. So then he goes into, so you're really not gonna abort? Why are you so concerned about this abortion? Now, side note, you guys also know I was dealing with stuff with Zoe's dad where it was I had to end up getting a non-invasive pregnancy test. Now, after that whole conversation at the store with him, well, through text message, I told him, no, he was like, if you ever need anything, hit me up. Because I pretty much cut it off. I said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. You deal with that girl. You do whatever you have to do. So, I get a pregnancy. Zoe's dad didn't want to take the test, okay? Don't know why. He just didn't want to do it. So, I went to the person who he was accusing the father to be. So, I hit him up like, remember you said if I need anything to hit you up, I need something. Can you do this pregnancy test for me? It's non-invasive. They just have to draw blood from the both of us and that's it. Okay. He did it. He was willing to do it. He did it, and it was kind of awkward because when we were there, they were like, okay, Dad, you can come back. And I'm just like, no. No. Okay, so after that test, we were in the parking lot talking, and he was just like he wasn't aggressive. He was just like, can you come back to my house? Da, da, da. I'm just like, you're dealing with this girl. Like, why am I doing this? Now, I feel like I'm all over the place with this story, but I hope everybody can grasp it. One of the nights that we hung out, I went to the house and his roommate was there. And it was another girl there. I envisioned the girl. The only reason why I remember this girl was because I was texting my cousin talking about the girl that was at the house. I'm not going to tell you what we were talking about. She know. She looks like the same girl that I walked past at the store. Keep that in mind, okay? Looks like the same girl. Now, so we're waiting for the pregnancy test results to come back, and every single time, like, it just kept seeming like they were pushing things back. Like, they were like, we don't have enough this, we don't have enough that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I need to hurry up and get this done. So, like, July-ish, I went out with my former friend to dinner, and I showed her a picture because it was the roommate and the guy that I used to talk to, whatever. And they were dressed for a wedding, but the guy that I was talking to had a white flower while everybody else had pink flowers. And I'm just like, something ain't right about this picture. Like, you think? And she was like, no. Now, sidebar, she really liked this guy. Okay, for some reason, she just thought he was good for me. She didn't know all the other extra stuff that happened behind the scenes, okay? So, she was like, she's like, no, just don't worry about it. So I go to sleep. The next morning, I wake up with screenshots from another friend who's friends with his friends on Facebook. And he got married. What? Hold up. So she sent me, she's like, what the fuck is this? Girl, I wish I knew. Like, what the fuck? And I felt so bad because it was like, you kept that from me. Like, this is why you didn't hang out with me on the weekends, because you were hanging out with your fiance? But you were trying to keep me away from my ex, but you were still dealing with your own set of girl, whatever. You were dealing with your own fiance, but you wanted me to stay away from my ex? You were putting your hands on me because you were angry that I was dealing with my ex or wanted to go back to my ex. But you had your own fiance. Like, I don't understand how this even goes hand in hand. Like, why are you so angry with me, but you have your own fiance? I don't understand. But get this. I look at the picture and the girl, his wife, looks like the same girl that was at the house that night, the same girl that I walked past at the store, and the same girl in your wedding picture. What? Come on now, come on now, come on now. So now I feel like set up a little bit, like your fiance knew that you was dealing with me the whole time. I'm a little confused, head scratch here, because I don't know. So Zoe woke up and now she wants to be in the video. Say hi. Say hi. Alright, so I'm going to finish this video with Zoe on my lap. Hope you guys don't mind. But,
hi.
Yes. Like, even when I addressed the situation, he still act like he did nothing wrong. So it really bugged me and I didn't understand anything. It just bugged me. It bugged me to pieces. So, we still had to wait a little bit more until the test came. And then when the test finally came, like I said to him, no, I got hospitalized and I was in the hospital for a few days. And he had called me and he's like, I heard you're in the hospital. What's up? I told him or whatever and he's like, the baby good? I'm like, yeah. I find out the
Hi.
I find out the
Hi.
I find out the sex of the baby 2 days from now. I think it was like 2 days later from then. So he's like, so you really just gonna have the baby? You're really gonna deal with your daughter's father having the baby, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, listen, I'm this far in my pregnancy. Yes, I'm having the baby. You better suck it up. I don't want to hear anything else about it. Like, if me and my daughter's father want to work out our relationship, that's what we're gonna do, okay? Shh. And then probably, I think like 2 weeks later, the test finally comes. I called him. I said, I got the test back. It says, you are not the father. Done. I hope you have a nice life. Everything like that. So, pretty much like going, I I never been in a situation like that where someone kept that much of a secret from me that they were engaged, fiance. But I don't know if I'm more creeped out that he was engaged the whole time and he pulled it off, or if I'm more freaked out about I've seen this girl and she's seen me multiple times. Like, it's, I don't know what, I don't know. I don't know. How you feeling, Zoe? How you feeling? So yeah, guys, if you meet someone, so yeah, if you are dating anyone, do as much research as you can on that person. Like, even if you're in a relationship with them already and you gotta dig for stuff, dig. I'm not saying be like, don't trust, but keep your eyes open. If there's things there and you're just like, hold up, something ain't right, dig, okay? Because I could have digged and I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, that's my story. And I got the most beautiful child out of this story. Even, she's like a part of this story. And I'm so blessed that she's okay and that she's here, because the stuff that I dealt with during that whole entire time, crazy, y'all. Crazy. I haven't even gone in depth. Yeah, I haven't even gone in depth with you guys about this. I just told you, you know, this is what happened and got hands-on. But if you guys were to hear everything in depth, you'd be like, oh my gosh, how is Zoe here? So she's like my little angel. My little blessing child. No? Okay. Are you turning them off? Are you saying bye? So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry it was all over the place. My camera kept dying all over this video. Then Zoe woke up, so it was just like crazy. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you want more storytime videos, because we have a lot, thumbs up this video. And don't forget, me and Kyle, we also have our own channel together. So if you guys want to see what we're up to, go ahead and click in the description box and it'll direct you right to our videos. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Say bye. Say see you. Say see you later. You want to click them off? Say bye. Bye, guys. Take your passy out and say bye. Take your passy out. Say bye.
Bye.